Okay, Japan, turn 3. They have 6, 21, 31, 35 IPCs to spend. They're going to spend 14 on a tank and 2 mechanized infantry, 15 on 3 subs. Remember, they get a discount on the sub because they have the naval shipyards, and 6 IPCs on 2 infantry. They will be declaring a series of attacks. Let's start in China. Infantry, artillery, and mech infantry from Suiyuan into Kansu. Infantry from Suiyuan and mech infantry and tank from Hopei into Shenxi. Mech infantry from Anhui and mech infantry and artillery from Hunan, along with a fighter from Guangxi into Kwaichao. Guangdong is being attacked with an infantry and an artillery from Jiangxi, an infantry from Guangxi, a fighter from Guangxi, and the transport from 20 is going to come to 19, pick up 2 infantry, and bring them to Guangdong. Also, 2 infantry on a air transport will also participate in the Guangdong invasion. There are several amphibious assaults being planned, and I haven't marked them, sorry. We're going to hit Sumatra, Java, Borneo, and Celebes with the 4 transports that are in whatever this sea zone is. I think it's 36. So 1 infantry from from Guangxi will be loaded on a transport, will pick up a tank from Siam, and will attack Sumatra. Infantry artillery from Guangxi will attack Java. Infantry artillery from Guangxi will attack Borneo, and a single infantry will land unopposed in the Celebes. Oh, you know what? No, it won't. It won't go to the Celebes. It will go to the Philippines, because I think that's a more important island to attack. So we will leave that one for now. Okay. I think that is... Oh, sorry, no, there is one more attack. The tactical bomber and 2 fighters from the carrier in C-Zone 6 will attack the American destroyer in C-Zone 25. So that's all the combat, and let's roll some dice. Okay, it's a naval battle for C-Zone 25. 2 fighters and a tactical bomber from the super carrier Shokaku will be going up against the American USS O'Brien destroyer. So here we go. 4 and 2 threes. It's dead. Destroyer gets to shoot back and misses. So the sea zone is cleared, and no Japanese casualties. Okay, in the battle for Kansu, the Japanese are coming in with a supported mechanized infantry and unsupported infantry, so 2 2s and a 1. 3 hits, wow. Chinese defend with a single infantry. Miss. Japan takes the territory with no casualties. Okay, for the attack on Shenxi, slightly different unit profile here. A tank, a mechanized infantry, and a regular infantry. So a 3 and 2 1s. Hit with the tank. Chinese defense. Miss. Japan takes the territory with no casualties. Okay, for the attack on Kwaichao, Japanese are coming in with a fighter at 3, supported mechanized infantry with an artillery, 2 2s, and an unsupported mechanized infantry with a 1. All misses. Chinese defend with infantry and 2 artillery, 3 2s. 2 hits, Jesus, okay. I think that's a retreat, because we don't want to lose a plane. So unsuccessful attack there. Okay, this is the amphibious assault on Kwangtung. The Japanese transport Asakamaru is coming in with 2 infantry. On the ground there are additional 2 infantry and an artillery, and the attack is being supported with a fighter as well. So that's a 3, 2 2s, and 3 1s. 1 hit. One of the British troops is killed. One of the Japanese troops is killed. Two hits, that's the battle. One hit. So 2 Japanese troops killed and the territory taken. Okay, so there were supposed to be airborne units in that attack on Kwangtung, and I forgot to include them during the rolling. Now, it didn't make a difference to the outcome, but what I am going to do is put those troops into Kwangtung and have the air transport there as well, just so we should have the proper number of units there. Okay. This is the amphibious landing in Sumatra. The SS Montevideo Maru, with a tank and an infantry, is facing off against 1 Dutch infantry. So a 1 and a 3 versus a 2. Hit. Miss. So the Japanese take Sumatra with no casualties. This is the landing in Java. The Japanese transport ship Aratama Maru is dropping off an infantry and an artillery, so 2 2s. 1 hit. Dutch response. No hits, so Japan takes Java with no casualties. And finally, the landing in Borneo. The Japanese transport Hokoku Maru is dropping off an infantry and an artillery. They hit. British response is a miss. So Japan takes no casualties on that amphibious landing either. Okay, non-combat for Japan. Let's land all these planes. The fighter from the Kwaichao attack is going to land in Kiangsu. The fighter and the what was an air transport but is now a strategic bomber again from Kwangtung are going to also land in Kiangsu. And the fighter and tactical bomber from Manchuria are going to land in Kiangsu as well. The planes that participated in the attack on the American destroyer in C-Zone 25 are going to land back on the carrier in C-Zone 6. And we are going to move some Navy around. The 2 cruisers from C-Zone 20 are going to go to C-Zone 6 and link up with the Navy there. Oh, I forgot to mark this one. All of the Navy in C-Zone 33 will be heading back. Well, actually, no, not all of the Navy. I'm doing this on the fly here. The carrier will head back to C-Zone 6, and all of the other naval units will head to C-Zone 36. So all these guys are going to spin around and go to C-Zone 36. Yeah. Okay. In C-Zone 20, the destroyer is going to go to 36. In 36, one of the cruisers and one of the battleships is going to come up to C-Zone 6. And I think that's that. So let me tidy this up and we will do placements and money. Okay, placement of new units. 2 infantry into the Manchuria military base, into the Kiangsu Factory, 2 fast movers and 1 tank. And then into Sea Zone 6, 3 submarines. Okay, let's adjust the income tracker. China is going to lose 1, 2, 3. Let's do this one nation at a time. So China from 7 to 4, and then up 3, 33 to 36. UK Pacific is going to lose 3 and 4 is 7. So 36 to 43, and then 17 to 10. And then the Dutch are going to lose 8, although they don't collect any income. And then the Americans are going to lose 2. Okay, so that's 10. So they're at 43, they're going to go to 53. The Americans in the Pacific go down from 17 to 15. And the Dutch, which again we're tracking, but it doesn't really matter, are going to go down to 3. Okay, so the Japanese are going to collect 53 IPCs this turn. So that's good. But they have left themselves a little vulnerable around the board, so let's tour the board and see what they have. Okay, in Sea Zone 6, 2 fully loaded super carriers, each with 2 fighters and a tactical bomber on board. 1 battleship, 3 cruisers, and 3 submarines. In Sea Zone 16, there is a destroyer. In Iwo Jima, there's an infantry. In Japan proper, there are 2 tactical bombers and 1 fighter, 3 infantry, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery. In Manchuria, at the military base there are 2 infantry and an anti-aircraft artillery. In Kansu, there's an infantry, a mechanized infantry, and an artillery. In Shenxi, there's a mechanized infantry, a tank, and an infantry. In Hunan, there is an artillery. In Guangxi, there's an infantry. In Guangdong, there are 4 infantry. Remember the 2 parachutists that were supposed to be on that attack, and an artillery. In Kiangsu, there are 2 infantry, 2 mechanized infantry, 1 tank, 1 strat bomber, 3 fighters, and an attack bomber. In Sea Zone 20, there's a transport. In Sea Zone 35, there's a transport. In Sea Zone 36, there's 2 subs, 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser, and 1 battleship. In Sea Zone 43, there's a transport. Oh, I should mention in the Philippines, there's an infantry. In Borneo, there's an infantry and an artillery. In Java, there's an infantry and artillery, and then a Sea Zone 42, there's a transport. In Sea Zone 41, there's a transport, and then in Sumatra, there's an infantry and a tank. And then all the way over in the Carolines, there is an infantry and an anti-aircraft artillery. So that seems to be that for Japan. So the United States and China are going to be next.